Hey everyone, it's Clay from Brooklyn with Football with the Fellas. Thanks for checking us out again. I'd like to do a quick look ahead at week 3, specifically with regard to the NFC East. Mazo and I will do a game breakdown analysis of the Giants versus the Browns a little later on, but for right now, I want to talk about the rest of the division. And I want to start by saying something that I bet you didn't know, which is that the Giants are leading the NFC East with fewest points allowed. We're the best defense in the NFC East as far as points allowed, which is insane. I don't think anybody thinks of the Giants as playing good defense, but we've only given up 49 points. The Eagles have given up 51 points. Washington's given up 55 points, and Dallas has given up 61 points. We are literally giving up the fewest points in the NFC East right now. Again, that seems crazy to me. What it says to me, though, is that those other 3 teams aren't playing defense well either. And right now, they've got some pretty challenging games coming up for week 3. The Eagles play the Saints. The Saints, who I don't think anybody saw as a serious threat, are killing it. The Saints are leading the NFL in scoring. They've scored 91 points in 2 games, and they've only given up 29 points. So they're also leading in point differential. They are killing it. Now, are they going to do that all year long? Of course not. But they're the hot team right now. Derek Carr is lighting it up. He's hitting Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave like it's 7-on-7 in the summer, and there's like no defense against them. So will that continue against the Eagles? Obviously, we don't know, but you saw that last drive on Monday Night Football against Atlanta. There was no pass rush at all. If they don't get any pass rush on Derek Carr, he's going to light them up even more than Atlanta did in that last drive. So I think that and their cornerbacks, Darius Slay and Quinyon Mitchell, are not playing especially well. So are they going to be able to shut down Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed? Doesn't look very promising to me. So I'm thinking that that's a game that they're going to lose. The Saints are favored. Not that I'm much of a gambler or into that kind of thing, but Vegas seems to think that the Saints are going to win this game. They're favored by a field goal. I think they're going to win by more than that. I think they're going to win by a touchdown. But more importantly, I think they're going to win. So I think that even though Saquon and the Eagles will be pissed at the way they lost this last game to Atlanta, and you know I'm a big Saquon fan, so I hope he goes off. I hope he has 200 yards. But I hope the Eagles lose, and I think they will. Next game we'll talk about is Baltimore against Dallas. Now, one thing that Dallas has to really be concerned about with their opponent this week is that Baltimore is 0-2. They have to win. Like, they are looking at possibly being 0-3 and maybe eliminated from playoff contention fairly. I mean, not mathematically eliminated, but realistically eliminated in the next week or 2. I guess the good news for them is that Cincy is also 0-2, and we'll get to them in a minute because they're the next game we're going to look at. But Baltimore 0-2 is dangerous. I wouldn't want to play an 0-2 Baltimore team right now. One of the things that Dallas is not especially strong at is in their interior defensive line. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson might run 400 yards each against them. So I think that Dallas could be very vulnerable up the middle in the running game. Then Lamar pulls it out and runs around the end after he fakes it to Derrick because the defense has to really, collapse on stopping Derrick. He runs around the end for who knows how much yardage, and then he can fake that, step back and hit, Mark Andrews or Zay Flowers. They've got weapons. They don't have enough weapons, I don't think, to make a deep run this year, but they have enough weapons to beat Dallas this week. So I think that that's a game that Dallas is going to lose as well. Nobody on Dallas besides CeeDee Lamb is having a particularly good year on offense either. So it's not like I expect them to win in a shootout if it gets to be a shootout. So I think that a 0-2 Baltimore team that is in danger of, really falling behind in their conference is going to come out and beat Dallas by a touchdown. The next game is Washington at Cincinnati, which is the Monday Night Football game. So a couple of things. First of all, like I said before, Cincinnati is also 0-2, so they desperately need this game. Cincinnati is used to playing in prime time. They play in prime time a lot. Like, first of all, they go to the playoffs a lot, and second of all, people love to watch Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase et al. So I'm pretty sure that Cincinnati's not going to shy away from the bright lights. Washington, not so much. I'm not sure how many times Washington's been on Sunday or Monday Night Football in the last couple of years, and they certainly haven't been in the playoffs very often. So I think part of it is going to be that Cincy is more comfortable at home on Monday Night Football than Washington will be on the road on Monday Night Football. The other thing is that Washington is a bigger underdog than we are against Cleveland. Again, I'm not really into what Vegas does, but they're usually pretty good at predicting scores, or at least point differentials. And they've got Washington as more than a touchdown underdog. So they must know something. Burrow to Chase, Daniel Jones to Malik Neighbors tore up the Washington defense for 10 catches and over 100 yards and a touchdown. Burrow to Chase, I'm pretty sure is going to have their way with Washington as well. And they've got a kicker, so they won't have to go for two after every touchdown. So I'm thinking that that's another game that the NFC East is going to lose. I think the other three teams are going to lose their games this week, in my opinion. And I think that that's going to be a rout. I think Cincy is going to beat Washington by double digits. Again, not that worried about the score differential and the outcome. I'm not advising anyone to bet or anything like that. But if you ask me who's going to win this game, I think Cincy's going to win it handily. I think that Baltimore is going to beat Dallas fairly comfortably, and I think New Orleans will beat the Eagles, although I'm not really sure by how much. But I do think they're the better team, and they're certainly playing better right now. So those are my three predictions for the NFC East games. Again, we're going to talk more about the Giants versus the Browns a little later on with my man Mazo. But again, Clay from Brooklyn, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please drop some comments. Let me know what you think about what we think. And as always, go Big Blue. Peace.